Hey, military spouse friend, if you are PCSing this year, whether you have orders already or your brain is just kind of starting to swirl, this video is for you. I'm Michelle, founder of the Waiting Warriors, military spouse of almost 14 years. We're about to do our 7th PCS from Hawaii to Korea. I've got 5 kids and I'm taking you along with me. Now, before I do anything else, I always set up my PCS binder. Not because it's cute, not because Pinterest told me to, but because this has saved my sanity multiple times every single move. Now, why does a PCS binder matter? PCSs are overwhelming because things happen like never in order. You have appointments, you have deadlines, you have emails, and all of these things you're trying to keep track of, and you never really know what you're going to need until you need it, like right now. Even if they give you a list of everything that they need, it always happens that you go and they need something that you weren't expecting. So it's just super easy if everything's in one place. Your PCS binder will become your project manager, your paper trail, and honestly, like for me, it's the better half, or for you, it maybe is just like your backup brain. So from now on with your PCS, anytime there's any kind of paperwork and anything that eventually you would be wondering like, wait, where is that? Here. It's here. It all goes right here. My husband puts stuff in here. I put stuff in here. If it's for the PCS, it goes in here. Now, what do I use? Obviously, first things first, we keep it simple, sturdy binder, not a flimsy one. Doesn't have to be anything pretty. I've so fancily labeled this PCS so it's easy to see when it's like that. Next thing, you have a good pen. I just clip it right there. I don't get like one of those pouch things. Then I like to have some loose leaf paper. I like to do brain dumps. It's super helpful when I'm doing phone calls with the movers or the hotel, or I get some random bit of information to put it on a piece of paper. Sometimes I move those pieces of paper over to like the different tab sections. Sometimes it's just right there, but it's at the very least in the binder. And I am not banking on my brain remembering. It's on the papers. The next thing you'll need is you'll need a few tabs. You can just go get a few from Walmart or Target or whatever. I like this military spouse owned company called List and File because not only is it pretty, but because she's thought of every single thing, so I don't have to worry about like forgetting something. She has kind of done the work for me, and so that thinking isn't as required. So I like that a lot. Those go in. The next thing you might want is some page protectors. I have at least one per person in our family. So we got 5 kids plus 2 adults. That's 7. Those go in. And then I like to have a Ziploc bag. Some people like a pouch. I actually like to have a Ziploc bag, and then I just push it through the rings like that. And then this stays in. Obviously, like a super hard tug and it will fall out. But then I can put all my receipts, the gas receipt, the U-Haul receipt, the whatever receipt goes in here. This is exceptionally important if you're doing a PPM, which is a personally procured move, or a ditty. It's essentially when you do the packing and moving yourself. This is absolutely mandatory for the OCONUS. I'm not sure entirely how much I'll use it. For sure, hotel receipts, but I always like to have it because I may not be thinking that I need it right now, and then it's going to come in handy later. Okay, let's go over the sections that we need with our tabs. First and foremost, one that gets used the most often is like legal orders, that kind of stuff. So you need your PCS orders and any amendments. Make multiple copies, like minimum 5. Honestly, that like doesn't sound like that's enough, but then 10 feels a little dramatic. I should count this time and see actually how many we use. Lots of copies of the orders and amendments in here. You need some HHG paperwork, and you need a PAO. That acronym means so many acronyms. Power of attorney. Because the military is moving you, because the service member is in the service, if you as the spouse are going to be doing kind of anything, you need a power of attorney. Don't worry, it's very easy to get. Just go to JAG and say, hey, we're PCSing and I need a power of attorney. Honestly, it's probably easiest if your spouse goes and does it, but it's free. It's very standard, and they'll know how to help you. This section in the front, again, grab that the most. Next section is the identity. This is all your important documents, okay? So for us, because we're going to OCONUS, this is our passports. This is our birth certificates, marriage certificates, social security cards. She has driver's license. A copy of the driver's license is a good idea too. Those important documents go in this binder. Never ever should they go in the HHG, which is the household goods basically the military's way of saying when you like your stuff being moved. Okay, never let those important documents go there. Don't put them in the checked bag either. This is like in the binder on your carry-on with you at all times. Next section you'll need is like health, medical, dental. So especially if you have kids, you want your immunization records in here. If you have EFMPs, they go in here, pet records and dental, and also prescriptions. Now, even if they are online, I have found that it's very helpful and speeds up a lot of processes if you have a physical copy. Is that a little tedious? Yes. Can it be quite a bit of paperwork if you have multiple kids? Yes. But again, just speeds up a lot of processes. The next is like school and household stuff. So transcripts, IEPs if you need them, enrollment forms if you already know where you're going to be going, all of that kind of stuff in one spot. Another that is super helpful for me is the housing and traveling. So my leases, flight information if I have it. If we're doing a cross-country move, then I try to have a paper that has like different stop options with different hotels, that kind of stuff. And if you have a sponsor at your next duty station, their contact information can go. Now, I'll be honest, I am not a type A, like I don't see in Excel sheets. I'm not super organized. I am more of a squirrely, spontaneous girl. So is mine perfectly organized? No. Sometimes bits of information are on these random bits of paper and they're not like perfectly tabbed. But especially when getting your documents, it helps to be in the tabs and just a little more organized there, because it just helps when you're trying to find things later on when you're like at the new duty station especially. So the last section that's absolutely necessary again is reimbursements and receipts, and it's like so fancy in this Ziploc bag. My rule of thumb is I would rather save more than wish I had saved something later. So every single receipt from the move is going in here. Moving expenses, travel expenses, everything in the Ziploc bag. Close it, keep it in the binder. Future you will be grateful if you save more than less. Now, this binder stays with me. It's my new baby, 1-year-old binder at all times with me. Not packed, not getting shipped, not in a checked bag, with me for like the last few weeks of being here in Hawaii, and then until we are fully settled in Korea, this will be with me wherever I go. Even if I don't think I'm going to need something, this comes with me because it's so much easier if somebody needs something. Instead of panicking or having to go all the way home to get it and then go back, I just flip and find it and I'm good. Because I'm not gonna lie, like PCSs, there's gonna be a lot of moments where things just feel like a lot. But if you just have everything here, even if it's not perfectly organized, but if it's all in here, everything is manageable. If a PCS feels heavy, you're not doing it wrong. It's just a lot. I have found over the years that if you want to thrive in military life, it requires a little bit of structure and intentionality. So start with the binder, small, simple steps. And if you want to follow along with our PCS from Hawaii to Korea, go ahead and subscribe. If you have any questions about PCSing, leave them in the comments. Those questions could be about living in Hawaii, doing that move, doing a PPM move, how to help your kids, any of that. That will help me know what videos to make. And then if you want to know my secret to staying organized during a move, you need to know about these special moving box labels. Even if the military is packing it for you, if you use these labels, the day when they unload your stuff and unpack everything will run so much smoother. Go ahead and watch this video.